Got a secret play up my sleeve, a touchdown dream you won't believe. It's the game we love the most, the most. Fantasy football, anonymous. We're the ones you can always trust.
What's up, and welcome to Fantasy Football Anonymous, where nobody stays clean. I'm your host, Craig, along with my cousin and best friend forever, Andrew. Andrew, what's up? How's it going there in Tampa? See you
It,
wearing your Bucks jersey.
I'm wearing a Bucks jersey. I don't have a Titans jersey. I was excited. Your mom was going to bring me one, but then she got some exciting news that she thought was happening, and she is now no longer in the state. She's up in Tennessee with you, excited to become a grandparent, but not yet.
Not yet, but it could be while we're filming this episode. I told Lisa to blow up my phone if she goes into labor, so we'll find out. Okay, so I want to start off our show today with I've seen this stuff going on, social media where people are doing the keep three, cut five thing, and it just seems so fun. So I thought we should try it here. So let's do it this way. We're gonna do dynasty version. So for those of you listening that don't play dynasty, that's okay because we're gonna do wide receivers, by the way. I don't know if I said that already. So we're gonna do
Dynasty
receivers
wide receivers.
and we're going to do dynasty. And those of you listening that don't care about fantasy football, shout out to Matt, thanks for listening. This is still going to be fun and entertaining because it involves receivers that lots of them might even have played for Ohio State, you never know. But anyway, so let's think dynasty. And so don't just
Okay.
think this year, because some of these players I have in here may or may not be injured, so I don't want to just think about
So
current year. We're
Malik
thinking
Neighbors, got it. I can
I
plan
I
on
don't want to
Malik
give
Neighbors.
spoilers. I don't want to give spoilers, but it is possible. All right,
Okay.
so keep three, cut five. Here we go. First up, we've got AJ Brown. Are you keeping him or are you cutting him?
Ask me before the year. I have Jalen Hurts in like every fantasy league, so that also is a factor. I'm going to say cutting AJ Brown. I think he is a top 5 actual talent as far as a wide receiver. He's not even past his prime. He has a good young quarterback. He should be a top 5 dynasty wide receiver, but I would say, because I'm counting on Malik Neighbors, I think we're going to get at least another 2 top 10 dynasty wide receivers. I wouldn't probably put him at top 10, so I'm going to say he's a cut. He's a hard cut. He might be the fifth or the fourth guy.
Okay. I got it. All right, I like it. All right, next up, I debated on the order that I was going to go in, and I decided to go with someone that I think that you might keep. Emeka Abuka, or Emeka, yeah, I think that's how you say his name.
Oh man.
Ohio State Buccaneer.
So right now in Dynasty, he's like Keep Trade Cut has him in like the top 7 or 8 or something absolutely crazy. So man, would I keep or cut him? See, I know either way I'm gonna be disappointed. You're gonna pick 3 or above him. Let's go cut.
Okay.
There are 7 wide receivers I'd pick ahead of him, and I'm hoping for 3 of them. Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna say cut.
and what I'll say here is now I know where you value him. So, um, it's gonna be tough for me to get him
For
in
our
fantasy.
future trade, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go next. Someone that just had a huge game Monday night, Drake London.
I would say keep. Drake
Okay.
London is just below tier 1 fantasy dynasty wide receiver. So he
Okay.
has 2 games with 15 targets this year. 6'4", athletic, red zone, and getting that kind of target. That is a dynasty wide receiver one. So that's a keep.
I like it. Okay, I'm excited to see who your top three are because there's some good names coming up. All right. Next up, Garrett Wilson.
He's a cut. Very, very, very talented wide receiver. Maybe the Jets draft a quarterback where he doesn't stand in the pocket and take 9 sacks. I called 10 sacks last week against the Denver Broncos, and it was 9, so I was 1 off.
You crushed that.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. Cut Garrett Wilson. That's the first easy one, I feel like.
Okay. I'm like second guessing my order because I feel like I could have gotten more strategic with this. But next up is Puka Nakua.
That is a keep for sure. Keep. Yes.
I would agree. Next up, now this is number 6.
So there's 3 names left. I have 1 keep and 2 cuts.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm debating on if I want to switch my order last second. We'll keep the
Just
order.
give it to me.
We'll keep it.
Keep
All
the
right.
order.
Malik Neighbors is number 6.
Oh man, I'm assuming it can't be Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson after. I already have two. I'm gonna say keep. I know
Okay.
that he's hurt and he's out for the season. I don't know who you have left. I feel like one of them is going to be an easy cut, and one of them I'm going to regret. I might regret keeping Drake London.
That's
So
what
let's
I
see.
was thinking when you said keep with Drake London. I was like, but it's just so hard to know what the names are going to be. All right,
Yeah,
next up was an automatic cut. I just said it to be funny. Traylon Burks.
Traylon
Um,
Burks. Hey,
yep,
he got a tryout from somebody this week, right? Who was
he
that?
he did. I think it was the 49ers or Rams. It was someone out west. I don't remember who.
Okay.
Broncos. No,
Yeah,
Broncos. It was the Broncos.
we're going to
Um,
cut Traylon Burks.
Absolutely. So I wish that I had saved him for the last pick to kind of throw you off because then you would have been like holding out hope for
That
Justin Jefferson and it was him. But
would
I
have been funny.
decided, all right, last pick, the guy that you missed out on was Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Yep, I would change Jamar Chase for Drake London, but that's. I didn't know how many of the top 4 or 5 guys you were going to give me. I felt like it was going to be a lot of the like 8 to 15 guys. So, um, yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to
there
do it
were four
again.
keeps. Yeah, there were four. I would have separated pretty a tier of those four. So, yeah, all right, I'm okay with it. I guess
Yeah,
missed out on
that's pretty
Jamar
solid.
Chase.
If Drake London keeps playing like you played Monday night, I think you're going to be just fine with that 3.
Yeah,
So, and Jamar Chase, it has Joe Flacco thrown to him and it's not Joe Burrow, but coming up soon, he'll have Joe Burrow again. So
he did.
you'll be fine.
All right, I got one for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is all-time Tennessee Titans. Where do they rank for you? Keep 4, cut 4.
Wow. Oh, that'll be
You
fun.
don't know you don't know who comes next. You can only keep 4. You have to cut 4. We're going to start with Steve McNair.
All right, man, it's so hard not knowing who's coming. I'm gonna go keep. I think that's an automatic keep, face of the franchise. Um,
For
I'm
like a solid
assuming
10 years there.
yeah, I'm assuming Vince Young or Jake Locker is gonna be in there too somewhere. Yeah, I'm keeping Steve McNair.
All right, just remember I said these are your keep cut based on Tennessee Titan legends. So there is no Jake Locker, I can promise you that.
Oh, okay, good. So they're all okay. So I'm gonna miss out on like Warren Moon possibly or
You're gonna
something. Okay.
people. If anyone lives in Tennessee, they're gonna know most of these names.
Okay.
So number 2, we're gonna go Eddie George.
Eddie George. Oh my gosh. I'm assuming that means Derek's going to be in there too. Then, if we're talking legends, I mean, I think I kind of want both. What is this? Is this a fantasy thing? Like if they were still playing, is this just like
As a
who
as
I
a Tennessee
like?
Titan fan and Tennessee Titan legends, who are the top 4 that you had to keep, and the top 4 you have to cut.
Okay. Well, I don't want to start off keeping everyone. Eddie George and McNair. Those are two pretty good names to start with. I think I'm gonna keep them.
I think that that's a good idea. All right, number 3, Derrick Henry.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
I know.
within the last like 5 years or so as a Titans fan, he made watching Titans games fun. Like, how do I not choose him? The guy that ran a 99-yard touchdown, the guy that was stiff arming everyone that you can think of in the league, the guy that won angry runs from Kyle Brandt every single week. Like, yeah, I'm keeping Derrick Henry. That's the easiest keep so far.
Okay, so you've used 3 of your keeps.
Yeah,
There are 5 names left. You have
that's gonna
1
be
keep
tough.
and 4 cuts. So, all right, ready? Number 4, based just on his nickname, do you know who it is? The Freak.
The freak, yes, Javon Curse.
That
Um,
is correct.
Oh my
Javon
gosh, I
Curse.
want to keep him. I want to keep him. But it's like, so you're naming all these great players. What I'm curious is AJ Brown in there somewhere? Like, is he considered a legend?
Would you
Keith
keep
Bullock.
him because he only played for 4 years for you guys? Would you even keep him?
I mean, I would love AJ to come home. That's what I'm hoping and praying for right now. Cam Ward needs
Hey,
Derek and AJ, and we're good. So,
interesting.
um,
Derek and AJ come
um,
home.
actually, Tajay had a great week last week. I'm feeling good about where he's headed. Um, okay,
Javon Curse,
Javon
are we
Curse.
keeping him?
I'm gonna say cut, and that's kind of crazy to say because he was Mr. Monday Night. But I think I have to. I think there's gonna be someone else in there. I don't know. There's a lot of great Titans legends.
There are a lot. There are some. There's at least 8 Tennessee Titan
There's
legend.
at
All
least
right.
8.
So we got 3 keeps, 1 cut. Next up, CJ2K, Mr. 100 speed on Madden, the only player ever. Where do we put CJ2K?
And see, that's the tough thing with the Titans is we have so many good running backs. Like that's something we know how to do well.
When I put this list together, I was kind of thinking, I was like, I don't know if I would have thought Tennessee powerhouse running back factory,
Yep, they are
but I guess
like
they kind
that's
of have been.
yep. And it's tough because if I'm playing Madden and I could use one of these running backs, I'm going Derrick Henry or CJ, and ideally I'm having them both on the same team because that's just so
Oof,
fun. Um,
oof.
but
Did
yeah, I
they
think I'm gonna
overlap?
no, they didn't. But I'm gonna cut
Okay.
him. I wish that they overlapped.
Wow. Who,
Yep.
just off the top of your head, go, I think this is a keep over CJ2K?
Who like that could be coming?
Who are you waiting for?
Well, I think Javon Curse was a top one that I might second guess, but I just now that you say that, I'm like, why did I cut CJ? I don't know because I liked Samari Roll was an incredible cornerback that we had on our team. We had Jason McCory was a legend. He wasn't as good as like a CJ2K though. Um, we had like Delaney Walker, Bo Scaife at tight end. Like we had these other weapons, but no one was the same level as CJ. Keith Bullock was solid. Dickerson.
I think
Um,
you've already cut him, so we're moving on. You've
okay,
got
yeah, yeah.
2
Let's
cuts,
move
3
on.
keeps. Next
That's
up was the
two.
guy you just mentioned, Keith Bullock.
I almost wish I could go back and keep the freak. Honestly, I feel like you're almost going in order of like best towards the front. How many do we have left? That was one, two, three, four.
After Keith Bullock, you have 2.
Let's cut him.
Okay,
Let's cut
I
Keith
think.
Bullock. Yeah,
All right, you have 1 keep, 1 cut, 2
that's how
names.
that's how
Second
I
to
wanted it.
last, Bruce Matthews.
Wow, the goat on the offensive line. I'm just so curious who your last person is because like do you classify like Oilers like Warren Moon? Like is that going to be, one cuz there's legends that technically are part of our franchise. Um Bruce Matthews is solid though. I think
How how many Hall of Famers does Tennessee have?
that's a great question, a good trivia question. I don't know. We're going to have to look that up. Okay,
Yeah.
just
All
for
right.
the fun
What
of
are we
it, I
doing
want
with?
to see. Yeah, I want to see who I get at the last pick. I'm gonna say cut. So I
All
can't
right.
believe
That
this.
means you are cutting Javon Curse, Chris Johnson, Keith Bullock, and Bruce Matthews, and you are keeping Steve McNair, Eddie George, Derrick Henry, and AJ Brown.
Let's go. I can't believe you
That's
had
what you
AJ Brown
wanted.
in there. Yes, I,
I
I didn't
did.
know if you were gonna have AJ, but I was like that. Yeah, for sure. And if you
Over
even if you had
CJ2K and Javon Curse.
see that's what's tough is honestly I can make an argument for any of those people, but AJ like he is my favorite receiver we've ever had. And
Mm,
like I know you know how it is like being a Bucks fan. Like I mean, you've had so many great receivers. And the Titans, we struggle with receivers. And so we finally had a guy that was physical, that was just so fun
bigger,
to
better,
watch
faster.
after the catch. Like and I just when we traded him, that was like the lowest of lows that I felt. And then when we fired Mike Vrabel, like it's been a lot of lows lately.
Yeah.
But AJ Brown, I would give anything for him to come back home, and I've been seeing people on Instagram and social media saying like that he wants out of Philly, like that he's going to be traded. And everyone, all Titans fans, we're all saying, "Come home," and that would just be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
My prediction of where he's going to go though is Pittsburgh because I saw that they want a receiver, and him and DK are friends. They both played at Ole Miss together, and I'm like that would be
That is
pretty cool for
true.
them. Yeah,
The all shredded monster wide receiver room.
yep, be crazy.
Would be
So
interesting with Aaron Rodgers, Mr. 40. All right. Well, on that note, how did your fantasy teams do this week?
okay. Uh, I'm gonna have to double check the count on that.
Mr.
So
14
maybe you tell me how yours did while I'm counting
Okay.
mine again.
This was a very good week. I went 5-0. I also was the leading scorer in 4 of my leagues. So just overall was not a lot of stress heading into Monday night, except for one league. I had one league, the my church league, where my team is now 2-4, struggling, but not the leading scorer. Pulled it out. Get Rasheed Rice and CeeDee Lamb back, so maybe there's hope. We'll see. Turn a corner, win some games, make the playoff. I
That
won
would
the
be
league
huge.
last year, and
Okay.
I am the commissioner and started it at the church. So I should find a way to make the playoffs, hopefully.
Yeah, I believe in you.
I think the one that I was most happy with, our young adult church group league is a 14 team league, and I scored 187 points in a standard scoring, like regular scoring system, kicker, defense, two flex, all that stuff. And yeah, in a 14 team league, that one felt good.
But yeah, that's awesome. Okay, I won 8 this week. So what is that if I'm in
Eight,
14,
8 and 6.
8 and 6. So not as good as the week before. And the bummer is I lost. Not that you should have favorites, but like the leagues that I really, really care about are like the leagues that I happen to
The
lose.
six, you lost in your 6 money leagues and you won in your 8 free leagues. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
I did, although I did win our league. I mean, we're in a few together, but our league in Dynasty, that league was crazy because I thought I lost for sure. And
If I
last
if
second,
I remember correctly, your opponent had Caleb Williams, Bill, Cole Kmet. He had like 5 players
D,
playing. You had
DJ
Drake
Moore.
London, DJ Moore. You had Drake London and a like 5 point head start, and you won because Drake London.
Yep. Drake London put up 31.8 points in that league.
Yeah, monster
Ja'Cory,
game.
yeah, Krosky Merritt put up 6.3 points. Caleb Williams put up 21, and then DJ Moore put up 8, and Cole Kmet put up 2. So
Are you out on DJ Moore moving forwards in fantasy this season?
yeah, I honestly I haven't really been high on him at all, and I especially now that Roma Dunze has taken over, I don't have any interest in DJ Moore at this point.
Is he a in dynasty league sell? Just that like complete across all leagues? Is he a buy because he's going to turn things around?
I think he's a sell. I don't think I'm buying him right now. What about you?
Would you sell him for a third round pick? How
Yes.
low?
Oh
How
yeah.
out are
Oh,
you? For a third round pick, if you have DJ Moore in any leagues we're in, I will give you a third round pick for
well,
DJ
I
Moore.
don't have DJ Moore. Sorry. So I'm on the flip side. I'm thinking like that's great value for somebody buying him, but you're right.
Oh, buy.
If I'm selling him, like if I actually had him, which I don't, I might have him in one league. I mean, yeah, DJ Moore is still worth a second round pick. Like a third round, if somebody was willing to do that, that's a steal.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say second round.
All right. What are some of your other buys or sales? Anybody you're trying to trade for? I know you targeted Tucker Craft a couple weeks ago. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm so, and then I got Scattaboo, which we gotta correct now because we talked about him last week, and it's Scattaboo, not Scatabo, which is weird to me
Like
because that's how it's spelled.
like
But
Halloween.
yep, exactly like Halloween. And yeah, so Cam Scattaboo, I just want to talk about him for a second because he was someone I was buying and I was trying to get, and I did get. I have him in 3 leagues, I think, right now. Oh my gosh, like he's like a league winner right now. Rico Dowdle too. We talked about him last week or 2 weeks ago. He's a league winner right now. He's had two
I think
solid weeks.
he's the reason I went 5-0 this week. Is Rico now carrying my teams.
And we predicted that too. We said the Panthers were going to beat the Cowboys. They did. And Rico beat his old team and he's helping people win championships right now. So
Panthers won't name Chupa Hubbard, Mister $13 million a year for a running back, as their starter. So
don't blame
a
him.
lot of fantasy confusion moving forwards, I think,
Yeah.
in the
Well,
Carolina backfield.
yeah, I think Scattaboo is a buy, like a must buy, but at this point his value is probably too high. It might be hard to get.
It's hard to buy someone after a 3 touchdown game.
Yeah.
Like the you're paying a 30-40% interest tax or something on his value after that.
I think he's my favorite player in the league right now. And the fun thing is, I don't know if you watch Good Morning Football, but I was watching Kyle Brandt and he was calling Cam Scattaboo. He said Cam Scattaboo is the face of the NFL. He was just raving about him. Kyle Brandt's hilarious. He was calling him his nephew nephew, and just talking about how he was going to hand deliver the scepter for angry runs to him. And
Oh my
but
goodness. Have you seen
Cam,
all of the comments on his highlight videos?
no.
Like like Cam Scattaboo doesn't fear CTE, CTE fears Cam
Oh my
Scattaboo.
gosh. Yes.
And
Yes.
like this man is gonna have the most legendary 3 year NFL career of anybody
Seriously.
ever.
Yeah, that's the issue with him. He's going to have like 2 or 3 years and that's it. But it's going to be so fun to watch.
He he runs so low. I don't see people taking out his legs. In those mosh pit pile stuff happens, but when you run that low, like I can see him still staying healthy. And he's not a speed guy, and it's a style. Maurice Jones-Drew played for a long time, kind of not the same, but kind of a similar body type, kind of a similar style. So I could see him having a long career still.
That would be great for fantasy. Yeah, I think so. So my buys, I think realistically, I think Jackson Dart for me is someone that I also bought in a few leagues, and a lot of Titans fans are saying like, "Oh, we wish we had gotten him over Cam Ward." I don't know about that yet, but for fantasy wise, Jackson Dart is looking like the real deal. So I'm trying to buy him. I'm trying to trade for him in as many leagues as I can. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
If I was in a redraft league, I'd probably trade him away in every single league just because I think he plays Denver this week. So that's a brutal game fantasy wise. I want to say it's like Philadelphia. Yeah, his next three games are not great matchups fantasy wise for a young guy without any real wide receiver talent. I think you could definitely see him struggle for a couple weeks. So I would probably trade him away. Dynasty, probably hold if I were.
Hmm.
Yeah, if I had him, I'd hold.
So, so in Dynasty, you're not trying to get him. It's not like you've seen
I
enough
would
where you're like,
wait 3 weeks, possibly.
because you
Let
think his value
him
will go down.
score 6 points against the Broncos, 12 points against the Eagles, not have three rushing touchdowns or whatever he did, you don't buy at that peak. You give him a couple weeks
Yeah,
against a tougher schedule. That's why I'd say he's a hold probably. Give it a couple weeks, see where his value is, or he lights it up against the Broncos, and I
and
don't
it's
know.
too late. That's the thing
Yeah,
is it's like the stock market. You got to time it. And that's the thing that I love about fantasy is I love predicting because it's really all of it. We can all sit here and talk like we're pros and we know everything. No one knows anything when it comes to football and especially fantasy football. And it's all about just predicting and getting it right. And so like on the Cam Scattaboo thing, it's like I traded for him when some might argue his value was too high because I think he had had a good game. That's about the time I made the trade. Some are like, he might be a one hit wonder type thing. I don't know if it's actually going to last. Well, now if you're trying to trade for him after a 3 touchdown game, it's impossible.
yeah,
And so same thing with Jackson Dart. You could go now where his value is high, or you could wait and it goes down, or you wait and it's too late.
yeah.
Um, and I think like Jamar Chase, I feel like was like that. Like his rookie year, if I remember correctly, when I mean Puka went off too, but those were guys that if you didn't get them when early on, you weren't getting them.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, I think Jackson Dart, I would say I haven't seen enough as a passer. Maybe this past game was the first game where I was like, wow, he actually looks like he's staying hanging in the pocket, taking shots, throwing.
Hmm.
If he does that against the Broncos, I would be very impressed.
Yeah.
But his fantasy value has come more from his legs. So
Who are
yeah,
who are you buying right now? Who are you wanting?
man. I mean, I want Drake May if it's a dynasty league. I tried to trade for him in a couple of leagues. I offered Jalen Hurts before the season for May and a first for a couple of teams. That was like pretty even with keep trade cut, and I felt like Drake May was going to have a good year. He got Stephon Diggs, he got a left tackle, Trayvon Henderson, Vrabel. I was like, this could be good, but he's definitely moving up.
Oh, for sure.
I would say if it's any kind of redraft league, Dallas Cowboys right now, their defense is non-existent, and so pretty much everyone on that offense. Jake Ferguson, I think, is like the tight end one. George Pickens has been the wide receiver
Lighten it
one the
up.
last few weeks. Javonte Williams, I think, is RB2. Dak Prescott's like QB4. So I mean, that offense is out of necessity putting up points. So if you're in a redraft league, get as many Dallas Cowboys players as you can. CeeDee Lamb's coming back possibly this week. If you can trade for him now, great move.
What do you think that does to Pickens? Because Pickens has been lighting it up. Like, I mean, he just
Yeah.
looks like a legit wide receiver one.
Yeah, I think he takes a half step back, but there's Dak Prescott's throwing the ball 40 plus times and playing like an MVP. So I definitely think both of them can put up 20 points per game easily. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
Another one I would say, this one might be possibly an ad. Harold Fannin. We talked about him a few weeks ago, but David Njoku had a terrible game, dropping passes. Then he got hurt. I could see he's in his last year of his contract. I could see them just like, hey, we're going youth movement, right? We got rookie running back, rookie quarterback. Let's get our rookie tight end and our undrafted free agent Isaiah Bond. Like, let's just let these guys get reps. And him, I think he had like 10 targets this week. If you need a tight end and he's available, I think you can add him possibly the rest of the season going forwards and be good.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm gonna have to look and see if he's available in some leagues. I got Mason Taylor last week. I think we talked about that in one of
Mm-hmm.
my fantasy leagues, and I ended up losing that league and was bummed because I made the waiver claim. You told me to make a waiver claim for Darren Waller and him, and I did, and I didn't get Darren Waller, but I got Mason. And the guy that I played was the guy that got Darren Waller and beat me with Darren Waller, so that was a bummer.
Oh,
Um, but that
that's tough.
that's that's what I'm struggling with this year is tight ends because you've got so Brock Bowers is someone that I finally was like I'm going all out to get in leagues, which I'm behind in that. Like he had hype, like he looked incredible in college. He had hype coming out, but I was like a lot of times with rookie tight ends, it takes them some time to get going, or like sometimes it takes a year or two before they really get
Yeah.
involved. I just wasn't sure, but I mean he was the top tight end to come out in years. But I
I
yeah I just
literally I traded away players for draft picks because I wanted to draft Brock Bowers. He, as a freshman, like 17, 18 years old at Georgia, looked like one of the best players on a like national championship caliber team from the moment he stepped in. And so that's not something I don't think I'd ever seen
yeah
for a college tight end was a freshman being that dominant. And so uh, basically we had to wait 2 years for him to just be eligible. But was kind of like how Jeremiah Smith as a freshman, people are like, yeah, I would draft that guy in the top 3 picks in a dynasty, draft rookie draft if he came out as a freshman.
yep.
Same. That was the same thing with Brock Bowers. So yeah,
Yeah, and so it's been tough this year with tight ends because you've got him who's been banged up. Then you've got like Hawkinson looked good last year, but is having a down year this year. Sam Laporta is like back and forth. I don't know who's wide receiver one right now. You said Jake Ferguson is right now.
I think tight end one might be Jake Ferguson.
That's
Juwan
crazy.
Johnson was tight end one through week 3, I think, though. Yeah, I
Yep.
agree. The tight end position has just not been. Jake Ferguson's number one, Tyler Warren, Trey McBride, Dallas Goddard, Travis Kelsey. Dalton Kincaid is seventh, and he missed a week.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Who was number three? You said there was somebody you said that I
Trey
had,
McBride.
and
Trey
then you said
McBride.
Dallas Goddard was four.
Dallas Goddard.
That
Jake Tungus is ninth.
Yeah, he's been doing well. Zach Ertz looked good. Has looked decent this year for his age and
Yeah.
everything. Like the old guys are still hanging in there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
So much of the tight end position is just opportunity. I think we kind of talked about that. It's just who gets targets. And so Jake Ferguson right now has been getting a lot of targets. 12, 14, 7, 9. This past week, not as many, but yeah,
okay, with everything that we know, like everything that
which
we've
is
seen
nothing.
this, yeah, we don't know much. But with where things are at with injuries and just let's just say you're doing a startup today, going into what
Mm,
is this week 7 we're going into in the NFL.
yeah.
Um, you're doing a startup today. Who is your number one person in fantasy that you're targeting? Like has that changed from where we were week 1 to now?
Yeah, I probably Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, any of those three. I don't think McCaffrey or Jonathan Taylor was seen that high.
Hmm.
Um, I think Jonathan
Jonathan
Taylor was
Taylor,
drafted in second and third rounds in fantasy drafts. So
he has been lighting it up.
yeah. So
That's
um,
probably the biggest surprise on the year, honestly, is the Colts. They are what, 4-1, 5-1,
yeah, five
5-1. They're
and
5-1, I think. It's just insane. Indiana Jones, Jonathan
Indiana
Taylor.
Jones. I saw someone call him Danny Nichols instead of Danny Dimes.
Oh
Oh
my
man.
gosh.
Yep, I would say the one of the things I think has been disappointing, a lot of the people who drafted early wide receivers regretted it. Like Jamar Chase, I don't think has been what people expected. Justin Jefferson hasn't been. Nico Collins, some of the CeeDee Lamb got hurt. A lot of the guys who were first round wide receivers have not been the consistent kind of powerhouse players people expected.
Yeah, I think some of the biggest surprises are people like JSN being in the top 5
Yeah,
or whatever. I mean,
I think he's number two.
I don't think anyone was drafting him that high, you know.
No,
George Pickens, nobody was drafting that high, but my goodness, he's playing lights out.
yeah,
Uh Javonte Williams as well.
Yeah.
looking better. So it's amazing because the NFL loves to just show everyone that no one knows anything.
I mean, not just us. You look at the way they draft quarterbacks, it's not you would think with all the money and time and effort they put into finding the best quarterback that they would always hit on who's the next superstar. They would, all of those quarterbacks would be 101 picks. They wouldn't be Lamar Jackson, the last pick in the draft, Patrick Mahomes, the 10th pick, they would all be the 101s. So,
Speaking of that, last night or Monday night we had Caleb Williams, the 101 against Jaden Daniels, the 102. What were your thoughts watching that game? What's your kind of evaluation of Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels so far?
yeah. I think Caleb Williams, I think with having Ben Johnson, he'll continue to try to do less,
Yeah.
read more beforehand, and only get better. I think he's incredibly talented. Like I think he has top 3 quarterback in the league ceiling. You never know about the person. I think so much of the quarterback position is the person. Where is he a first in, last out, humble, hardworking, coachable? What does he do with his spare time? Who does he keep around him? So I don't know those kind of things, but I think even just this year, I've seen him be more content to throw a check down and punt the ball.
Hmm.
Um, and he still makes some plays where you're like, yeah, that's most talented human on the planet type plays. So I
Hmm.
think he's going to be fine. Jaden Daniels looks just like a 6, 7, 8 year vet. He looks so calm, poised. Uh, he gets the treatment that Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen get, where all the pass rushers just try to stay in the pass rush lanes. He's like only in year 2, but as a result, he doesn't get a lot of people kind of crowding his feet. They kind of all just are trying to keep him from running. So I think this year you're seeing him run less, and he throws a great deep ball. He's 6'4", got a like just a cannon, and so I think he already is borderline tier 1 quarterback. He's like tier 2 quarterback in the NFL. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, like last night, he has no Terry McLaurin, 36-year-old Zach Ertz,
Chris Moore, he
Krosky
threw.
Merritt was a 7th round. Was he a 7th round pick?
I think so.
At running
Yeah.
back. And Debo Samuel is his best wide receiver. I don't even know if Debo Samuels is really a wide receiver. He's a football player. So, like, that is incredibly impressive to me. I think if he had DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Colston Lovett, Cole Kmet, Luther Burden, that he would be scoring 4 or 5 touchdowns a game. So, yeah, I'm incredibly impressed
Okay.
with Jaden Daniels.
So for a second, and I've got a few questions kind of to bounce off that, but Cliff Kingsbury, what are your thoughts on him? Because he did a great job, I thought, with Kyler Murray. Then and
Yeah,
obviously he worked with Patrick Mahomes in college, right? He was at Texas Tech. That was Cliff,
yeah,
right? So he
yeah.
was with Patrick Mahomes in college. Then he's with Kyler Murray in Arizona. Now he's with Jaden Daniels. All those quarterbacks have had success. What do you think? Like, what was the reason he was fired from Arizona? And do you think he's playing a big part in Jaden Daniels' development?
Yeah, so I think Arizona, I think, had more to do with not his offense, but just you can be a great play caller and a great offensive builder and not be a great head coach. Uh, I think that's possibly the reason he hasn't taken a head coaching job is he likes doing what he's really good at.
He's so good.
And I think also it takes if you gave if Cliff Kingsbury went and took a job with what's a team that has a statue for a quarterback?
Um,
If he had Joe
Joe Flacco.
Flacco, which
Hmm.
it's a terrible example, but not a quick release and a bit of a statue, that's difficult. So I think when you have systems and you want people who fit the way you like to call games and that kind of stuff. So I think Jaden Daniels, it's a good thing Jaden Daniels isn't on a team that wants to put him under center and run 15 handoffs, and he gets to be in the shotgun. He gets to read things and make a lot of quick reads that are, if the linebacker's there, I'm doing this. If he's there, I'm doing this type stuff. So uh, he's so talented that he's faster, quicker, stronger arm. He can just beat
Hmm.
you. So I think they're a great pair. Um, and yeah,
Okay. Well, because he's someone that I'm like hoping the Titans look to get for our head coach. There's a few people that I'm interested in. Obviously, the
Yeah.
Titans fired Brian
I think
Callahan this week.
him. I saw that. Are you excited about that?
I feel bad because he seems like a nice guy, but I am excited.
That was such a nice. That was such a. That's so much nicer than most fans are when it comes
Yeah,
to coaches. Yeah, I think him and Cam Ward would be a good fit,
that's
stylistically. Cam Ward isn't a runner, but he's mobile. He's got a quick release, and he can throw with all those different arm angles. So I think running RPOs with that would be very successful.
and that was going to be my question for you is who do you think would make the most sense for Cam Ward's development and everything? Is it like a John Gruden? Is it Bruce Arians coming back? Is it uh, Cliff Kingsbury? Um, I've seen people saying Joe Brady from the Bills. Like who do you think would be best for the future of Cam Ward?
I mean, if you want to talk about what quarterback you could or coach you could bring in and win the most games this next season, it might be someone like John Gruden, just because they're gonna run the ball, get the third and short, draw up a pretty gimmicky play and pick it up and play really good defense and change the culture. I think what can make them the most explosive offense would be someone like Cliff Kingsbury, but you got to also go out and get a decent offensive line, and some weapons to
Hmm.
for Cam Ward. More than
There's a lot missing.
there's a lot missing on that offense. It's almost one of those things where it's like you might have drafted the quarterback too early,
Yep.
and it's not the quarterback's fault or even the coach you bring in fault. It's a GM, and it takes years to be able to build a roster,
Yep.
and it takes three to win a Super Bowl. It usually takes three drafts, at least three drafts where you hit on a few mid rounds, a couple late round guys that aren't even superstars or studs, but are starting level players,
Yep.
on cheap enough contracts, healthy enough where you can have signed some other guys. So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Takes time. Okay, so I'm bouncing around here. Last question, kind of off of uh, the games from Monday night, but the Falcons. So I just want to talk about them for a second because you're a Bucks fan and they're in your division. I feel
Hmm.
like the Bucks are the team to win that division. Like y'all just look elite. Like you just beat what the 49ers you just played this past week, right? But the Falcons just beat the Bills. They beat the Bills in prime time. And Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algiers, Drake London, like that offense
Yeah.
looks as explosive as I think we all believe that they could be. Now, Kyle Pitts still hasn't done maybe what we imagined he would, but like, what are your thoughts on the Falcons? Are you scared about them in your division?
I would say no. I think this isn't the same Bills team that we've seen in years past. Um, Specifically on defense. The defense, I mean, they lost their corner in the first quarter of the game Monday night. What's his name? 47. Guy who looks like should be a linebacker. I'm
Um,
blanking on his name. Anyways, um,
Not
so
Tre'Davious White, right?
they
They already lost him, right?
no, they don't.
That was
No, I think he was playing. They already lost Ed Oliver. They lost
he's
one of
so
their
good.
linebackers. So they're not as dynamic on defense. Josh Allen is still Josh Allen, but I don't think he has. It's not the same overall team. I think they got skunked by the Panthers like 30-0. So I don't think the Falcons are a Super Bowl contender. They might make the playoffs. And Bijan Robinson is really good, and Drake London is really good. And if you double team both of those, I
Yeah.
think you're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle. So yeah, their defense is opportunistic. Like they go for a lot of turnovers, but I don't call them. They're not a shut you down, light you up defense either. So
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
would say I'm not worried.
Okay.
How about you? Are you worried about anybody beating the Titans to win the division?
I am not worried about anything. I am so I'm just so bummed being a Titans fan. And I'll never like I'm not a bandwagon fan. I'm not gonna jump teams because my team's bad. Like I've been a Titans fan through the good
Your
and the
your
bad.
other fan, your other team is also like 2-4, right? The New
I
York
was gonna
Giants. You're
say,
definitely not a
yeah.
bandwagon.
I was gonna say, yeah. And that's a very recent thing. I don't want people to think that I'm actually a Giants fan. That's just this season for some reason I seem to love Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Cam Scattaboo, you name it. Um, but yeah, it's just tough being a Titans fan. I had some friends over this weekend to watch the game. My parents were here, Lisa was here, like, and it really knows how to. The Titans know how to ruin the mood. Like, we're all just sitting there and we're like, why are we even watching this? Like,
Who'd
what
you guys play
is?
again?
We played the Raiders, and
That's
it was
right.
just like I kid you not, we're all like sitting there just looking at each other and talking. And Matt and Crystal, they left early, and I looked at them and I was like, too boring for you? And Matt was like, honestly, and I was like, I don't blame you because he's an Ohio State fan. So I'm like, you're used to seeing a winner. This is not that. Like it's just three and out, punt, bad fumble, bad, just it's just tough to watch. So I think I'm already over the season. And at this point, I want to see Cam Ward get developed and have a future with us. And I just want to watch football and just enjoy it, which means I don't watch Titans games. No, I'm kidding. I will watch the Titans games, but it's much more enjoyable to watch the Bucks games or the games we had on Monday night. Those games were great. So
Yeah. I remember when in between I want to say it's like 2007 and the Tom Brady year, we had the worst record during that time. And I remember there were some like week 4 teams where I was like, I don't want to watch this. Just skip to the NFL draft. That's the only thing I have to look forward to already. So
yep,
it's tough.
those are rough.
Yeah.
Okay, we should look at our results from last week real fast.
Yes. All right. New York Giants, Philadelphia. Giants win. Cam Scadaboo and Jackson Dart game. You
Yeah,
picked the Eagles. I can't believe you did that. You talked the
I
whole
just
episode last week about how much you're in love with the Giants and how great they are, and then you pick the Eagles, and then your team wins.
and I was trying to I wanted to get a perfect pick week, and actually we did really well last week, but it was just funny
I love
because
how you keep saying we.
I know. I did the picks last week. You're right. But it's funny because I feel like I choose the Giants every week. And last week was the week where I was like, all right, let me lock in and I want to get all these picks right. And I don't choose them. But okay, here's the thing. We locked in
uh,
that pick the night of the game, the Giants Eagles. I'm like, the Giants are going to win this game. Like Lisa and I were watching it. I'm like, they're going to win this game before the game started. And I looked to see who I picked and we chose the Eagles. So then I kind of switched and I was like, well, I kind of hope the Eagles win. But that didn't happen. But yeah, Giants looked legit and they don't have Malik Neighbors. Can you imagine if they had Malik Neighbors right now? Like that is
I
just so
can't.
sad. Just so sad.
I agree. All
Okay.
right. You picked the Broncos over the Jets in the worst game of the season, I would say.
I would well, if you haven't seen any Titans games, you might think that. But yes, that was bad too.
Oh, man. That was mosh pit, run the ball, like old school leatherhead football game. Very,
I feel bad for people in London. Like that was the game they
yeah.
saw.
I've seen a bunch of memes about like, hey, if you want better football, win the Revolutionary War and get to pick the better games that come over. And,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. All right. Colts, Arizona, much closer game than I think either of us expected. Kyler Murray out, and then Brissett is just the all-time QB2 in the NFL and just comes
I
in
know.
and
Just
is
crazy.
competitive in every game. So,
Yep. And that was against one of his former teams too, against the Colts.
yeah,
Yeah, we picked the
I think
Colts.
80% of the NFL is his former team at this point.
So true. We picked the Colts. We also picked the Rams over the Ravens, which that was that one and the next game, which we'll talk about in a second, were probably two of the most fun picks because that's when we said the Rams are going to beat the Ravens. And I still think the Ravens have a chance to win their division and make the playoffs. And so I think it happened the way we thought it would 17-3. I mean, the Ravens without Lamar. I saw something that said someone needs to take the MVP trophy from last year and give it to Lamar because the Ravens without Lamar are literally nothing. Like absolutely nothing. Lamar is the Ravens. Okay, so the next game was our biggest pick of the week. Basically, no one chose this game. Carolina versus Dallas. We called it. We said this is going to be a game that Carolina beats Dallas. They did 30-27. What are your thoughts on that game? Did you get to watch it?
Rico Dowdle over and over and over and over again. Dallas offense scoring points. I think Cowboys are going to be in shootouts all season. It's
It's
going to be
crazy.
a lot of the most fun games are going to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep. That's so true. Honestly, that's the game to make fun bets on of like multiple touchdown scorers or catches or yards because that's so
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so next up we have Jacksonville, Seattle. This was one of the games for me that I struggled with picking. I could not decide between the two. We chose Jacksonville, Seattle won. Seattle is another surprise of the season. I did not expect them to be this good. And my goodness,
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks look great. JSN, that trade that we made is not looking good. Kenneth Walker's did not have a good game. But outside of that, everyone else is looking great. All right. Miami, the Chargers. I can't believe Miami had a chance to win, but the Chargers won,
Chargers
29-27.
offensive line is a problem right now. Mekhi Becton out, Joe Alt out. It's not the same. It does not look like a Harbaugh coach team at all. They
Yeah,
are, yeah, unrecognizable.
for real. Okay, so we picked that one. We only missed this week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So of the how many games were there?
I don't know.
15. Okay, so we got, I guess that's not incredible, but we got 10 right out of 15. Um,
Okay,
so
10 and
we
5
chose
is good.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, we chose Pittsburgh over Cleveland. We chose New England over New Orleans. That game was way closer than I thought it would be. New
I agree.
Orleans keeps putting up a fight, so that's
Hmm.
kind of another shocker for me. We chose Tennessee over the Raiders. That one I regret. We should have gone with the Raiders, but me getting up hope. And then we chose Tampa over San Francisco. Which, if you had made the pick, were you choosing Tampa?
Um, I might have gone San Francisco.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one
you're
would have
such
been
a
a
Debbie Downer.
50-50. They beat us
You're
every
like, there's
year, so
no way
yeah,
my
I guess you
team's
could
this
say that.
good. Yeah. All right.
If
Green
you would
Bay
have
and
told
since
me that we had no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans, no Jalen McMillan, and Emeka Buka would leave in the first half, I'd be like, oh yeah, 100% we lost that game. So
But then if you also reminded yourself that the 49ers entire team is always injured and still currently is
it's
outside of
true.
Christian McCaffrey.
It's
But
true.
yeah.
It's true.
Um, okay, next up was Green Bay and Cincinnati. I will say Joe Flacco put up some fight. Also, I picked him up in some fantasy leagues and he scored a decent amount of points this week.
Yep.
Not a bad pickup. But Green Bay won that
Again,
one.
terrible defense, and he's got some weapons, and he's a
E-
gunslinger. A
Exactly.
couple years ago for the Browns, he put up some fantasy relevant games towards the end of the season. So
Incredible. And that was when Jerry Judy went off, right? That was I think that was Joe Flacco
yep,
throwing to him.
Amari
Okay,
Cooper, I think, had a
yep.
200-yard game or something.
Yep. All right. Kansas City and Detroit. This was a game that I was terrified for picking that week. I did not know who to choose. We chose Kansas City though. And not a lot of people did. Looking at this league that I'm in, almost everyone chose the Lions. So that one helped us this week.
Well,
And then we missed out on the last 2 games of the week. I chose the Bills over Atlanta. I chose the Commanders over the Bears, and we were wrong on both of those. But we finished the week out of like 46. Technically, there's 46 people in this league. We finished third, but technically tied for second because the second and third, us two, we both scored 20 points on the week. The person in first only got, I think, one more game right than us. So
well,
felt pretty good. The game they got right that we didn't was the Giants. I'm so mad. I'm like, man, we just chose the Giants. But yeah, that was a fun
all
week
right,
though.
that's awesome. So
Yeah.
now we know you are a elite game picker, and it's my turn to see why we finished in the 30s the first 5
Yes.
weeks of the season.
I'm excited.
All
Hey, who
right,
knows? You might go perfect.
that would be unlikely.
You never know.
We'll go Steelers on Amazon Prime Day, Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel good about that. I would have chosen the same. Which means it's making it
Now
hard
this
for the
will
Ravens to win their division because the
is
Steelers just keep
now
winning.
this Rams Jaguars game. I feel like is tricky. I would normally pick the Rams if they don't have Puka Nakua. It's in London. It's a weird game.
And Jacksonville is basically a London team. Like we
So
should actually let
I'm
me look that up.
leaning. They've played over there all the time.
I want to see
I
their
think they
record
might
in
have played over there
London.
the most.
Okay, their
I don't
record
think
is
it's good.
6-5. Uh, which stadium are they playing at though? Because they're undefeated at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Is that in London? Because
Yep,
that's
because
where
there's
the
two.
game is.
No, there's two stadiums in London though. There's the Tottenham Hotspur and there's the Wembley. So they're
I think I'm
undefeated
going to
at
go
Tottenham.
Jacksonville. I think I'm going to go Jacksonville because without Puka Nakua, Devontae Adams and Matthew Stafford have not been lights out on their connection. I think Liam Cohen comes up with enough gimmicky plays to get enough first downs, and yeah, I think Puka Nakua out. Rams only scored 17 points against them. Not an honestly not great Ravens defense. So yeah,
Okay,
what were you going to
it's
say?
at Wembley. It's at Wembley Stadium. Uh, they're undefeated at Tottenham, but at Wembley they are 4-5. If that changes
It's
anything.
not changing.
Okay.
I'm not. Doesn't. I'm still going Jacksonville. Saints, Bears, I am going to go Bears in a close one. 25-23. I'm going to say the Bears. The Saints keep it close.
Okay. So far, I'm glad
Dolphins,
I'm not picking because I would have chosen opposite on you so far, outside of the Steelers game. Okay.
outside Steelers. All right. Well, there's a reason why we were in the 30s. I would think I got in your head on all your picks. Dolphins, Browns. I feel like the Browns are going to win eventually, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm picking the
I
Browns.
mean, Miami's not looking good. I think that's a week the Browns. That's a week that Miami should win, but I think you're right.
Miami might be a better team, but I think the Browns are going to be able to run the ball. And I think the Dolphins are going to struggle against the Browns defense. It's a good defense. It's still a good defense. So I'm going to pick the
Both
Cleveland Browns.
both teams are 1-5, by the
Also,
way. Both teams are
yeah.
1-5, and also I saw some people calling this the who gets fired first game because if the Dolphins lose to a 1-5 team, Mike McDaniel might get fired, and if the Browns start one and
Wow.
six, Kevin Stefanski has been a coach now for quite a few years for them and has not done well. And
Yeah.
I
Man,
people
he's
are
also
calling that
won Coach of the Year. He's also won Coach of the
he
Year a
did,
couple of times for
but
them.
Mike Vrabel
No,
won Coach of the Year, and then we
Stefanski,
fired him the
listen,
next year.
if Stefanski gets fired, that's who you should want for Cam Ward.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's who I want. I also want Mike
And
McDaniel.
and a
He's
new
been so fun to
and a new
watch.
GM. And yeah, and a new GM.
Yeah, and a new owner.
Uh,
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go Chiefs over the Raiders.
Yeah,
Rasheed Rice
that's
comes back, 100 yards receiving. That's my prediction.
okay. 100 yards receiving, Rasheed Rice. I like it.
Eagles, Vikings. I don't know what to pick for this one. The battle of two offenses that have not looked great. I'm close.
It's in
It's
Minnesota.
50-50. It's in Minnesota. I don't know which quarterback starting. If JJ McCarthy is starting, I'm picking the Eagles 100%. If Carson Wentz is starting,
Do you have
if
more
Carson
confidence in
Wentz
Carson
starts,
Wentz?
oh yeah, 100%. I say it's a 50-50 game. Oh man.
Yeah, that's like the Chiefs and Lions for me last week, or the Jags and Seahawks. That one's tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, who you going?
How about this? What has everybody else in the league picked?
I can't see that.
Is it
It won't let you
50-50?
see, and doesn't let you see until after everything's locked in.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's go Eagles.
They've lost what, the last two? I want to say they're on a losing streak.
Yeah, they are on a losing streak. They've lost 2 in a row, and so Vikings are coming off a bye though.
I
They're gonna
think
be
I think
ready.
I'm not going to get in your head. You chose the Eagles. I would have gone Vikings, but I
Yeah,
think you're
once
I
you
think
said
you
it's at Minnesota, and they're coming off a bye too. Okay, we're gonna stay Eagles. I feel like at some point they're gonna be like, "Hey, let's actually try to do good things on offense and hand the ball to Saquon." I know he averaged
I
6.5 yards per carry in the first half, but let's just throw the ball the rest of the time.
I'm just
So
rooting for them to do terrible so that way they trade AJ. He gets upset, they trade him to the Titans, and it's fun to watch the Titans again. So
yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for.
All right. Jets at Panthers.
What a game.
Jets get their first win of the season.
I
That's my
would
prediction.
agree. I would agree. It's in home. It's at home.
Jets are decent at running the ball. Panthers are not a great run defense.
Rico might have a good game though.
Yeah. All right. Broncos, Giants. Broncos have not been good. I thought they were going to be a lot better than they've been. I'm still going to pick them, but they barely beat the Jets.
You gotta go Giants. I mean, I can't get in your head, but you gotta go Giants. That's our
I'm
team.
going Broncos. I know. No, that's your team.
The funny thing is
Two of
with this game though, it's funny because in half of my fantasy leagues this year, I drafted in redraft leagues. I drafted so many Bronco players. I drafted Bo Nix in a bunch of leagues. I drafted RJ Harvey. I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of team Bronco like at the beginning of the year, but now I'm just so all in on the Giants.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm going to Denver.
Okay, I think you're wrong, but I'll put it in because you said
it. Chargers, Colts. I'm going Colts.
You skipped the Titans game. Was that on purpose? There's not much to talk about there.
Who are the Titans playing?
The Patriots. Mike Vrabel against his old team. Yeah.
Drake May looks so good. He looks like incredible. So
yeah,
I'm going Drake May.
Okay, and you said Colts against the Chargers in LA. Oh, you're choosing the Chargers.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you just talked about earlier. I was about to say, okay. You just talked about
Colts.
earlier.
No, I'm picking Colts.
Okay. Because you were talking about how bad the Chargers have looked, and then I thought you said Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay. Green Bay
Cowboys,
and Arizona.
Commanders. This is another Green Bay, Arizona. I'm going Green Bay.
Yeah, that's
the
a quick one.
Cowboys Commander I'm struggling with.
It's going to be like you said. I think it's gonna be a shootout,
I'm
like you said.
going.
I think it's gonna be fun.
I think it's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'm gonna go Cowboys.
I like it.
Falcons 49ers. Let's go Falcons. Yeah. 49ers, listen, they just lost Fred Warner. They don't have Nick Bosa. They lost their safety Talafonga or whatever his name is, and what's the other linebacker they lost? Greenlaw. Like the defense is not the same
Mhm.
defense. They do get Kittle back. They might get Brock Purdy back. Hmm. If they get Kittle back, Ricky Purcell. Now I'm second guessing myself. So I hate picking these on Tuesdays. I wish we could pick them Sunday morning. That's what we really need to do. We need to pick them Sunday morning when we
Mhm.
know who's playing. If
It's
Brock
true.
Purdy, Ricky Purcell, and George Kittle plays, then I'm picking the 49ers.
Well, here's what we can do. We'll lock it in right now, and the episode we might post this. By the time this is posted, our picks are in. But we can make a change before the game if you let me know, and then in our next
Okay.
next week we'll talk about it, and we'll
Mhm.
we'll let everyone know that we changed it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Same goes for the Bucks Lions game. If we have Mike Evans and Emeka Ibuka against their banged up secondary and suspended Brian Branch, thank you for getting in that fight after the game, then I think we beat them. If we don't have any of our wide receivers, it's tough. We might not have any of our top 4 wide receivers in this game.
and it's in Detroit. I don't see not to be mean towards your Buccaneers, but I don't see how y'all win the game because
Yeah,
Emeka's not playing, right? I thought there was a pretty good chance he's not playing.
pretty good.
And
They haven't
Godwin's
announced. They had an
got
MRA today. They haven't said anything.
Godwin's out, right? Or
No
doubtful.
Bucky Irving, no Godwin, most likely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that just seems
Mike
that
Evans might play.
okay. Yeah. That's just
Yeah.
tough though.
All right. We'll go Lions and we'll go Seahawks for the last 2.
Also, is that game really at 10 p.m.? At least I don't know if that's Central or Eastern, but that's crazy. A Monday night game at like 10.
Probably is 10 o'clock Eastern because 3 hours difference, so it's 7 o'clock
Yeah,
on
that's
the West
crazy.
Coast. Yeah. I will be asleep when the game begins.
Yeah, you'll watch
All
highlights.
right. Those are your picks for the 46th ranked pick in Craig's league of pick 'em. What do you think? How many of them would you have disagreed with? I think I only disagreed with like 2 of yours last week, one of which being the Titans game.
I was pretty close with just about everything you said. I think the Giants I would have chosen. Miami, I think I would have chosen. The Rams, I probably would have chosen. But I think honestly, your picks look solid because all your points that you would have made me switch too. Like my gut would have gone Rams with Jags, but then you would have talked me into switching to the Jags, I think.
Well, thank you guys for listening. It's been another great episode. As always, like, comment, share. Let us know your favorite segments. Did you like the keep 4, cut 4? Or did you go, that's not really my vibe. I don't really like it. Let us know in the comments. We appreciate you all. Share this. Have a great one. Everybody, take care. Sign